Mr. Xu Leping. He's the member of YouTube and also a graduate student from Columbia University. And also two performers, they have same background. And we are very pleased that the young people willing to carry on this traditional arts. So give them applause. Thank you, everyone.
Hi everyone. As Mr. Guang has introduced, my name is Xu Leping, and I'm a member of the New York Chinese Opera Society youth troupe, and I'm a graduate student from Columbia University. And after Mr. Kwok's speech, I hope any one of you have a little basic knowledge about Chinese and Chinese culture. So let me introduce to you Peking Opera and the show we're going to give you, Jade Bracelet. Before the show, any one of you have seen the Peking Opera show before? Raise your hand. Wow, that's quite a number of you. That's pretty impressive. And for the ones who haven't, you're going to see a very wonderful show later. And I believe a much more number of you have seen other kinds of live show, right? Before, like a musical or an opera, something like that. Yeah, much more people. And if you think about it, I believe that for any one kind of show, any other show, that the audiences are expecting a different source of experience, right? And they're appreciating the show from different perspectives. And like in a musical, we focus more on the players singing, and in the stage play, we focus more on the acting and so on. So one of the most significant points that Peking Opera have, I believe, is that it fulfills almost every expectation that an audience could ever have about a play. And using very simple setup. You guys have already seen the setting of a Peking Opera show, and that's it. The desk, the chair, and a very simple band. That's it. So it's probably the most holistic stage performance in the world. And therefore, Peking Opera is a very high demanding art form for actors and actresses. So a real master actor or actress should be excellent in all the 4 skills that I'm going to talk about. The 4 skills of Peking Opera is singing, speaking, acting, and fighting. And can you hear me? Sorry? Okay. Let me first talk about singing first. Singing is widely considered as the primary skills of the 4 skills. And actors of different roles, sheng, dan, jing, and chou, use different voice producing methods to interpret the characters and their emotions. Here, let me briefly talk about the 4 different roles of Peking Opera. Sheng is the major male character. Later, we'll see the boy in the blue costume. He's Fu Peng, and he's a xiao sheng, literally means a young male. And usually, young characters featuring handsomeness and youthfulness falls into this category. And they don't have a beard, and they speak using their fake voice. So on the other hand, there's also Lao Sheng, which we'll not see today, but they appear quite often. They usually wear a beard and use their natural tone to sing and speak. Secondly, there's a female role called Dan. The Dan character we'll see later in Jade Bracelet is called Hua Dan, which usually represents lively, cute, unmarried young girl featuring acting among the 4 skills. Other Dan roles include Qing Yi and Lao Dan. And the other 2 roles in Peking Opera is Jing and Chou. We will not see them today. Then let's talk about the second skill, speaking, which actually shares a lot of similarities with singing I talked before. Because Singing and speaking basically use the same voice producing method. And they produce the voice using a much higher pitch than we usually speak in our daily life. You will see a lot of this skill in Jade Bracelet, and sometimes they use to represent talk between the two characters, and sometimes they also use to represent the character's inner thoughts, which cannot be heard by the other character. And the third skill, acting, is also a heavily used skill in Jade Bracelet. I will talk about this more in detail in later talking about the storyline about Jade Bracelet. And last but not least, fighting is the only one that does not appear today. But this does not mean that it's unimportant. On the contrary, it's closely related to acting and is very popular in plays featuring a war background. Now that we have a little basic structure knowledge about taking opera, I'll introduce to you the story of Jade Bracelet. And in this part, I want to make 2 points. The first point I want to make is the background of the story. Actually, the plot of Jade Bracelet cannot be simpler. It can be summarized using just one sentence. A boy and a girl fell in love, and the boy gave the girl a present. And that's it. So, because this is so simple, why do we bother have this 30-minute show? It's because the story happened hundreds of years ago, back in ancient China. And back then, China was under a very, very conservative society. Back then, marriage was determined by parents and not the boys and girls themselves. So nowadays, if you feel that you like somebody, what should you do? You just ask them out, right? But back then, you think you would, but actually, if you were an unmarried girl, you were not even allowed to talk to someone that you don't know. So, but in this play, the two characters just met each other and had a crush, and the boy wanted to show her his love by giving her a jade bracelet. Usually this is really impossible because of the reason I said above. But fortunately, our boy is really smart, and he figured out an idea. He left the jade bracelet accidentally onto the floor, and wishing that the girl would find out what he meant. Luckily, the girl was smart too, and soon figured out what the boy meant. But she was really hesitant about whether to accept the gift or not, because accepting a gift from an unknown boy is really against the rule. But she really liked him, so she spent a lot of time on the stage hesitating about whether to accept the gift, and that's really a major scene of this play. And the second point that I want to emphasize is the acting skill that I mentioned before among the 4 skills. Because the stage setup is really simple, as I mentioned, so the actors have to use their acting skills to vividly imitate all kinds of life activities. For example, in Jade Bracelet, we'll see that the girl, Sun Yujiao, have a lot of activities like feeding the chicken, sewing shoes with needle and thread, reading books, opening doors. By the way, opening doors is a really complicated movement because the structure of the doors in ancient China is quite different from today's. And also we have playing with the bracelet and so on, a lot of movement. I encourage all of you guys to watch the show very carefully and try to tell the meaning of as many movements as you can tell. After the show, you can come up to the stage and communicate with the actor and the actress to see if you got the movement right. All right, I've talked about way too much about today's performance. And now let's welcome our talented band to start the show. Thank you.
养雄鸡，我何不就以卖鸡为名，上前大方，有何不可？
enjoyed the show?